Thank you, Bashar, for being in this beautiful city of Sedona. Is your ship still over our city?
It is above Bell Rock, about 1,700 of your miles.
Great. And anything we can get from that being here for us? Anything that will add to our experience as souls?
Again, the idea of the height of the ship above Bell Rock, which is the center of the vortex in your area, will be a barometer for how your overall energy is doing. So it may raise, it may lower, it may adjust according to the different energies on your planet and the energies you bring into this particular vortex.
Okay, so we're doing okay right now. Huh?
You are doing okay.
Okay, the question I have about the subject you just raised is, how does the soul be affected in parallel universes, future lives, all that? Are those all aspects of the soul's experience, even though they're not happening in this physical reality?
You are now talking about the oversoul's experience, which you can consider, in a sense, from your perspective, a collection of individual souls. So different souls have different experiences in different realities, but they all connect back to what you may call the oversoul. So it depends on what level you're talking from when you ask a question like that. And when you say, am I this or am I that, it depends on whether you're talking as a physical mind, the soul, the higher mind, or the oversoul.
So a soul that we are, essentially, is experiencing only this reality, are you saying that? Or are we experiencing...
Yes, each reality has its own soul.
Oh, okay. All right, is there a way to access, or we don't need to access other realities if we're right here?
You are accessing other realities all the time because there is a connection between all the souls in the oversoul, as I said. And therefore, by raising your frequency, you make yourself more receptive to higher frequency and other dimensional energies and information. So yes, you're downloading all the time. You may not know it. Sometimes you may have an inspiration. You may have an idea. You don't know exactly where that came from. It may be coming from a parallel reality. It may be coming from the blueprint you laid out for this physical life experience, this dream. It may be coming from source. It may be coming from your higher mind. It may be coming from your spirit guides. You are connected to a number of different things. It's a dynamic, active exchange of information and experience going on all the time. You are tapping into parallel realities constantly to create what appears to be a single timeline, but it's not.
Thank you. Do you have an update on when first contact might be taking place?
No.
No. You did say 2027 and 2028.
I said that at the end of 26 and the beginning of 27, there may be an event.
Yes.
That will start to turn things around in that direction. I am not telling you why that event will happen.
So that event is still on schedule?
At the moment, it is more than 90% probable.
We'll be waiting. Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Okay.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
This is such a dream come true. I have such a crush on you. I tell everybody you're my boyfriend. I went to Bell Rock yesterday. I wonder if you saw me.
I was too busy being crushed on.
My first question is, when I meditate, I feel like there's thousands of beings watching me.
Yes.
Why are they watching me?
They are connecting into the vibration that you are giving off because your meditation allows you to tap into different things. Some of the things that are quote unquote watching you or that allow you to feel like you're being watched are simply alternate versions of yourself that may be in parallel realities, meditating at the same time and tapping into you, as well as others. Sometimes there are other beings, and sometimes, of course, there are spirit guides who may be aware of what you're doing and helping guide you in that state. So the attention can be coming from many different sources. And it's one way of realizing that you're connected to everything.
Wow, that's wonderful.
If you say so.
So my second question is, I'm always curious, how did Jesus cast out a demon and send it to pigs.
The idea of casting out demons is simply providing a vibrational state that is representative of a higher level in which negativity and fear-based beliefs cannot exist. And therefore, if the person matches that frequency, they're willing to do that. They will elevate themselves beyond that negative vibrational realm and simply experience a reclamation of their true self. That is the idea of casting out demons. Nothing can inhabit you. There is no such thing as possession. You fill yourself entirely. There's no room inside you for anything else but you. So the idea of possession is simply that there are belief systems within the physical mind, for one reason or another, that have decided to match a lower vibration, to mirror it, to reflect the idea, and therefore present a representation of it out of their own energy. Because everything you feel is your own energy. You can't experience someone else's energy. You can match it, you can mirror it, you can receive the offer to match a lower or higher frequency, and whatever it is you accept, whatever it is you decide to mirror, is what you will experience. You will become a representation of that, a symbol of that. But it's your own energy that you're experiencing. So in a sense, you possess yourself.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Yes. I
Does
love
that help
you.
you?
Yes, it helps a lot.
All right.
I'd just like to kindly ask the questionnaires just to ask one question, please.
2.
Yes?
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Yes, je m'appelle Jeanne Victoria Célestin. I go by my middle name, Victoria. I wanted to say a quick happy birthday, Mom. Jessie Célestin. Her birthday's on March 12th.
All right.
My question is...
Speak up, speak up.
Sure. My question is, what can you share with us about the feminine energy rising on the earth at this time?
Well, it's about time, isn't it? It's all about balance, yes? Because souls are everything and nothing. They contain all the ideas of all possible genders, and therefore the idea on your planet at this time, when dealing with polarity, is to balance the idea of anything that represents polarity, one side and the other, to work together in harmony, in equality, and to be able to be balanced beings containing both energies in the ways that are appropriate for every single being to express. So, this is the rise and the taking back of self-empowerment of those who have given it away or been forced to give it away by ideas that do not serve in a positive sense, and therefore raising that vibration, being self-empowered, and then promoting the idea of balance in every being is what this age is all about. It's about the age of choosing, of making choices that are more balanced, more representative of your spirit self. Yes?
Yes.
But?
I will speak about myself personally. I've had several surgeries, and one surgery was a diastasis recti repair. And I have had numbness in my solar plexus area for since probably 2018.
Yes.
And so I wonder about my ability to tap in, tune in to the rising, balancing feminine energy.
You're questioning your ability to tap in?
Yeah, because I don't feel. So many times people say rise something in your solar plexus, which is often considered like a creative energy, feminine.
Are you saying that you don't have a physical sensation?
I don't have a physical sensation.
But you do have an imagination, yes?
Yes, I do. I just don't know how to imagine.
Can you
the physical.
imagine the energy rising? Can you imagine the energy balancing? Yes, no,
Would
maybe?
I said yes. Would it bypass, like a heart bypass or something?
Yes.
The fact that I can't, okay.
Yes.
Okay, that helps.
However it is that you are capable of rendering that concept within your consciousness will work. In fact, you probably gave yourself this opportunity in order to force yourself to do it in another way,
Interesting. Okay.
in a way that involves more of your spirit self.
I figured it was a permission slip of some kind. So okay.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Bashar.
you are very welcome.
Good day.
And to you, good day.
First, I just want to thank you. I've been listening to you for like 12 years, and my life, I've grown so much because of your wisdom. And
You have grown so much because you applied wisdom.
yes,
We're happy to share, but nothing happens unless you apply.
absolutely. So my first question is about this call that I had on New Year's Eve to go to Bell Rock, and I sat there and I saw a hybrid being. Was that an Asasani?
Well, we will say it was a hybrid. We will confirm that. We will not necessarily say which place it came from.
Okay. It was showing me the Trinity and how that represents my oversoul.
Trinity represents the entirety of existence as you know it, because it is, again, positive, negative, and neutral in the center. So
Okay.
things are not a polarity. Everything is a trinity.
Would you elaborate on how the Trinity reflects the oversoul?
As we said, you have an oversoul that is multidimensional in nature. And from one aspect, you could say it contains many souls, or it's made up of a collection of souls. The way you can look at it from your particular perspective is that it exists multidimensionally, which means it occupies an X, Y, and Z axis. So the triple axis, the Trinity, is what it needs as a structure to exist from your perspective. Then when you get down to the soul level, now it goes into the idea that just one plane out of that is the soul level that's connected to other souls and parallel realities, but only in a plane that's relevant for the focus of that soul. And then when you get down into physical reality, now you have just a line, a single line, a linear expression of the soul connecting through the idea of space and time in a linear way, two different successive versions of itself using parallel realities just along the z-axis. So the soul is the X and Y, or X and Z. The oversoul is the X, Y, Z. So you have the full trinity in the oversoul. You have just the idea of the polarity expression in the soul, and you have the idea of just a linear expression that can be exclusive one way or the other by its choice in physical terms. Does that make sense? Do you understand this?
I'm gonna re-listen to that on a recording, to be honest. I'm like, yes, it will make sense to me.
All right.
So the next question I have, this one's a little personal, so I'm
They're all
gonna have to
personal.
step into some bravery here. In 2020, I had an encounter on a missionary trip with the Pleiadians.
Please speak up.
Yes. So on this encounter I was in Minnesota, and to my surprise, I came across some Sasquatch beings, and they had gifted me with the divine genome. And the next day, everything was so much more clear, and it was spreading through the whole of humanity, through the eyes. And my question is, how has that affected us all?
The idea of Sasquatch is what you would all be without ET genetic interference.
Yes.
Do you understand? Many hundreds of thousands of years ago, your early hominid ancestors were genetically altered by an extraterrestrial race that you refer to as the Anu.
Yes.
The branches of those hominids that naturally evolved on Earth evolved into Sasquatch. So if the genetic alteration had not occurred, you would all be Sasquatch today.
So with this divine genome that was shared, how does that affect us today?
It affects you by allowing yourself to know that you still contain the genome and share it with your cousins, the Sasquatch, the Yeti, the Bigfoot, as you say. You share it, and in time, you'll be able to come together and share information and experience as they have learned to what we call slipwalk between one phase of physical reality and another, which is why they are so elusive,
Yes.
why they can vanish from your sight, because they can change their phase, change their vibration, slipwalk into a different level of physical reality. So eventually you will learn from them. They will be your teachers of a certain way of understanding your relationship to the different layers and levels of physical reality that wrap your world like onion skin.
Onion skin. Peeling away the layers. So, that's all. Okay.
Thank you.